Welcome to All in Yellow,
the official Norwich City podcast.
Our next guest is someone who is very passionate about Norwich City, about the fans, about the club, and he just loves being here, doesn't he? It's Onel Hernandez. So I'm delighted to say, joining us for the latest All in Yellow podcast, it is none other than Onel Hernandez. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course, that's not a problem. I mean, like, it's the first podcast for me here with Norwich City, and yeah, I'm very excited, and yeah.
We'll go easy on you then if it's your first one.
I hope so.
So I want to take you right back to the very beginning. You were born in Cuba, moved to Germany around the age of 6, am I right in thinking? But what are your earliest memories of living in Cuba?
The earliest memories, it was like just that I grew up with my grandmother and his son, like from my mother, their brother, and my mother was living in Germany at that time. And yeah, the only thing that I can remember is that I had like we don't had a lot. Like we just was playing as a kid on the street. For me, the biggest thing on that time was like to have I don't know how you say it in the UK in English. Like, you know, there are some little balls and you can play with them on the street, like very small
Marbles.
Marbles, yeah,
Yes.
marbles, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had like for us, for me as a kid, was like I was so excited when I had some marbles to play, or like my uncle, he bought me some, like he bought himself some birds, like he had some birds, you know, you let them then out and then they fly around, like something like that, some normal stuff, natural stuff, not like today, like a PlayStation or something like that. This was like the start what I really remember about everything in Cuba, that we don't had a lot, but we was just happy with that what we got there. And yeah, and that's the only thing that I remember really. And one bad thing as well, like when my grandmother, she told me, yeah, you have to move now, you have to fly now to Germany. And I was 6 years old, and I don't even know what was an airplane. Like I went to the airport and then with my older sister, and then they put me in that airplane, and I was crying my eyes off, really. I was crying. I don't even know what happens. And she said, yeah, you fly a few hours, and then you are in Germany, you see your mom and everything. And for me, like, I don't even want that. I don't even know what's going on. And that was the thing, like the worst situation that I really can remember about it. Yeah, and that's the only
Had your mum moved to Germany from Cuba and you hadn't moved?
My mom, she met my stepfather, and he was German, and he take her first to Germany, and because I don't know, when married in Cuba first and then in Germany, and he was allowed then to bring her to Germany. And because he was not my father on that time, like it takes a little bit of time to organize everything with the papers and everything, but at the end everything was fine and we could move then to Germany as well.
So the life that you've kind of talked about a little bit there, and is that typical for people in Cuba? You know, for those who might not be so familiar with the country, what is life typically like there?
It's not typical. I think the life in Cuba is it's especially in that times now, it's not a good life. Like there's a lot of stories that people try to move out of the country, but they don't have the possibilities. They don't have the money. And that way I was lucky, yeah, but there are a lot of people that I know as well that try to swim over or with a boat or some other ways, and a lot of people die as well. Like it's very difficult, you know, like it's a hard time, especially now at the moment with the coronavirus and everything in Cuba. Like my mom, she's now back in Cuba at the moment, and she told me like people there, like they're like my mom, because she's lucky because she has a German passport and everything, and she's still a tourist. She have like such a ticket where she can go in the shops and buy food, but the people that live there and they never went out, they don't have a ticket like that. You know what they have to eat? They have to eat what is there around, like bananas from the trees or something like that. They can afford something else, and that's why it's a very hard and horrible life in Cuba for them. And like there are people that accept it, they can't change it, they live that life, and there are people there try everything to go out of the country to fly to Miami or whatever and go away from that all. Yeah, and I don't know. This is not nice, but also like I don't speak only about nice things and bad things about Cuba. Like there's really a lot of people, 50% or I don't even know 60%. They accept the life how it is. They do the job. They're happy with that what they have. They don't want nothing else. But they're more as well like the rest of the people there expect more from the life. It's not fair, you know.
You say your mum is back living there now. Why did she move back from Germany? And did you go and see her much?
Yeah, she's not completely living there. She's hard work. She stayed there for 1 year or for 3, 4, 5 months, and then she come back to Germany. She's always moving there. She stay there a little bit to see her family, and then she come back to Germany, stay here a little bit, and then she go back. But she know as well, like, I mean, we have there a nice house. She like I invested already in young years, and money there, and we have a little farm where she have cows, and I mean not literally, she have 40 cows or something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, horses and stuff like that, and like she is fine with that, and that's why it's not a problem for her. She's like just like a part of the Cuban, like she has a comfortable life there. That's why.
Do you feel now that obviously you've achieved success and are living a very different life, do you feel an emotional connection or any sort of responsibility to Cuba and, you know, the family there and that sort of thing?
Yeah, definitely. Like not only to my family, like, I mean, after last year when we went up to the Premier League, I was the first player, the first Cuban player that played in the Premier League.
And to score.
Yeah, exactly. And this was for the Cuban community a big achievement. Like a lot of Cubans was celebrating that around the world, from America to Cuba and everywhere. I got so much messages, and with that point, like I was thinking like what I could do for my country, and I'm thinking about that now and that time, like what we can do. And I think we have a lot of people in Cuba that are. I mean, at the moment, this is a little bit difficult because of coronavirus, but when the times are coming back where we have better days, they are still waiting. There are people waiting for me where we can start to do some nice things for the youth, like especially because football is like not so popular than here in Europe. Football is there more like, I don't know, the 4 sports. I don't know, they play more basketball, baseball like in America. This are the main sports in Cuba.
Boxing
as well, yeah, stuff like that. And football is like always a little bit back, but we like my dream is to try a little bit as well, to bring the football, like to build some, you know, like little soccer pitches on the street for the kids that they can play there. Like this is what we want to do maybe in the future, but yeah, we have to wait till the times get better.
So do you want to use your privilege really and your position to do good things for the Cuban people?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and what was it like growing up in Germany from the age of 6 as a Cuban child?
Yeah, it was for me a little bit difficult. I had a difficult youth because from learning the language at the start, my sister, for her was really worse. I think she has to go directly to the school, and it was difficult for her, but she learned as well after time, and me as well. Like I could speak then later as well good German, but yeah, it was a normal time. Like we had, like my stepfather, he was looking after me always. Like I think without him, it would be a much harder life. He was always there. He supported me in football. He was the first one that bring me to football, and yeah, it was like a difficult time as well because. Like in Germany on that time as well, it was like at school and everywhere, like you had always like people that was not liking me how I was at that time. Like they had a lot of problem with my skin color and stuff like that. It was really a not nice time, but till I more grow, I get more stronger and stronger, and that was not a problem anymore. But it was like. At the start, a very difficult time, but at the end was a lovely time as well.
Do you think these experiences have made you more resilient, you know, as an adult?
Yeah, definitely. That's, of course, with that experience that I had there, makes me definitely a little bit, yeah.
So you had some challenges to overcome. When was it that you decided you wanted to play football? Was it your stepfather, I'm right in thinking, that thought it would help you integrate into sort of German society? Yeah,
I think so as well. It was more his idea because I don't even know what it was. Football, I don't even know what was a ball at that time.
You just loved your marbles.
Yeah, finished. I just love marbles, birds and stuff like that. I was not even thinking about playing football, but I started to Like when he sent me to the first, like with play some with some kids around there, I loved that. And I remember seeing as well when my mom told me, like when I went to school at that time, and I was not good at school at that moment, and she said then to me, like yeah, if you're not good at school anymore, you can't go to the football. You can't go. You're not allowed. And I was crying. I was saying, "Oh my God, no!" And I need it. I love it so much. Like you go there, you play with your mates from around, and like it brings together, and it's something different, you know. And that's why I was so upset about it. This was the situation that I can remember of her. But yeah, it's yeah.
And how and when did your first professional contract come about?
And my first professional contract was when I was 17. It was in the second league in Germany. It was a team. The name is Arminia Bielefeld. They play now at the moment in the first league in Germany. And this was the first professional contract that I signed. And I never was really thinking about to sign a professional contract so early, because I was just playing for just fun. Like I was just playing, and it was like next to the school, something that I done. And then I don't know, after then a few years, and I was 17, then yeah, from nothing something, the club comes and say, yeah, we want to make you a professional footballer. And me like, wow, crazy. What does mean that now for me? Everything's changed from that day on.
And how proud must your family have been for that moment?
Yeah, there was my stepfather and everyone. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it, especially that I was playing for, in that time, a second league team as a 17 years old, and they couldn't believe it. It was a shock in the family on that day.
And it led to a junior appearance for kind of German national team. Was that a bit conflicting for you? Because do you feel more Cuban or do you feel more German? And you know, when you're representing Germany, how did you feel about that? Was there deep down, am I playing for the right team here?
No, it was like, I think on that time, I don't really was caring a lot for which team I play, for which nationality. I think like it was like just an experience. I think I had one game or something like that in the national team, and then some other training camps and everything. But it was just normal. Like I liked it a lot. It doesn't matter if it was Germany or if it would be for Cuba. I think more now, after I grow more in the game and everything, I feel more I have to, in that time now, a lot more responsibility for the Cuban people in community instead of Germany, because Germany already it's a big country. They have a big players, and it's something different. Like I don't see myself there. After time I grow up and I know exactly like, okay, look, I know where I come from, and I want to support my country. I'm proud Cuban, and that's why I see me more now as a Cuban.
Did the Cuban people know much about you? I know you touched earlier on when you became the first Cuban to play in the Premier League and then to score in the Premier League. They obviously followed that. But do they watch a lot of football and follow your progress quite closely?
There's a lot of people. Yeah, there's a lot of people that still have contact to them. They have Instagram, social media and stuff like that. And they support me still, and they support all the Cuban players, because I'm not the only one. There's some, they play in a major soccer league in America, some around Europe as well, some in Germany that I know. We are all to each other connected. But I think they don't have the possibilities in Cuba to, like some, yeah, because they can afford it, but the rest, they don't have the possibilities to see some games at the weekend or something. But we have a lot of fan groups in Cuba, like Chelsea fan groups. I don't know if they have a Norwich fan group, but I sent some...
They should do.
Yeah, they should do. I sent some tops to like shirts from us last year and everything to Cuba, and a lot of them, they wear them. They're happy. I'm proud of that. But they have a lot of fan groups as well.
On the flip side, obviously, you know, it's a really proud moment when you score in the Premier League. But have you ever encountered any resentment from people who haven't had the opportunity that you've had, you know, in Cuba? Or has it been, you know, hopefully it's been all positive, but...
No. I never had something like that. Like, they're all like I only got a lot of good messages from all the community, and there was no one really there that was jealous. They was proud. They're proud that I got a lot of text messages like, we are proud that one of us done it and made his way in life. And yeah, that's the only message that I got, but nothing about jealousy or something. I think as well, like the Cuban, they are not jealous about nothing. They're very like nice, really nice. They're really nice people, and they accept when someone has a good life and the other not. They accept what they have.
You must appreciate everything that you've got now.
Definitely,
because of that,
definitely.
because of that grounding. Did it? You said when you first sort of started going to school in Germany, you weren't very good at school, but you're doing it in a new language, so I think you can be forgiven for that. I think we'd all struggle on that. But when you started getting into the football and going to a professional club, how did you integrate there? How were you accepted by your fellow players there?
It was easy because on that time as well, there was not only like nothing against Germans or whatever. There was not only Germans. There was like a multi-culti. Like there was Turkish players. We had Russian players. We had Portuguese players. We had Spanish players there around. Like always in football was a little bit different. Like you had in football always a lot of different countries, people that come from everywhere around, and it started with me already when I was younger. Like when I went to the football, that's why I loved to go to the football. There was not only someone that come from Cuba. There was someone that come maybe, I don't know, from America, from there, from Italy. Like it's different, and all of them, they want to kick the ball. There's nothing about how you look like, or everyone want to just have fun.
How important is that inclusivity element of it?
I think it's very important in life. Like I said, in that situation, like no one look really after if you have not the best Nike shoes on, or if you have something, you look different or whatever. The people, like, they just want to have fun. Like you can have a nice match, and sometimes you have losers, sometimes you have winners, and that's how it is. And
is there an element sometimes in football of players can be a bit shallow? You say if you've not got good shoes on or you're wearing the right gear. Have you found in England that there's any of that, or is everyone kind of on a level playing field?
I mean, yeah, sometimes...
You can be honest.
No, I mean, like, and that stage of age, like now, there's that situation where I am, there's no one really that has, like, that stage of age, like everyone has now like contracts with Nike, with Adidas and Puma, and they're big brands. They have like I think there's not anymore an ugly shoe like in the 90s or whatever. This black Adidas shoes.
You've got some very nice ones on right now.
Yeah.
There was a point not that long ago where it was unforgivable to wear anything other than a black football boot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why. And that time, like, I never could. I remember in my time when I was 17 in the professional, like in my old club, the first professional contract that I signed, there was really old players, and they all was wearing like black shoes, like black Adidas, black Nikes, and I think because my mom, she bought me, like when I was in that age, one shoe that I still have in Germany at home. She bought me a nice Nike one, red Nikes, and I come with them to training, and everyone was saying, what you are 17 years old and wear such shoes, type of shoes, and I don't understand it. But this is like just the generation, the generation changed. Like it's not more like the 80s where everyone say like, oh, okay, well, yeah, black shoes is normal, but now it's like pink shoes. You have every different colors.
That used to be a kick me sign if you were running around in white or pink boots, but it's all changed now, isn't it?
Do you think your upbringing has helped keep you grounded then? Because obviously you've achieved a lot already and you're in a position that a lot of people could be quite envious of. How do you keep your feet firmly on the ground?
I think, I don't know. I don't really think so much about it. Like, I just enjoy the game, and I am how I am. Like, I don't really think so much about it. Like, I'm happy that I could be here, like that I have this opportunity, and I appreciate it a lot. Like, I don't think so much about that stuff.
And is Norwich very much home for you now? Obviously, you had a couple of different clubs in Germany before you came here. You've been here for a couple of years now. How have you found life in Norwich, and how are you finding it now?
For me, Norwich is my life changer. Like, that's for sure. Like, before I come to Norwich, like it was like I was very scared. Like I was thinking, are you sure about it? Are you sure to move completely the country and stay here? But at the start, always with a mind, back in the mind that I go back to Germany. But after now, like after a few years, like 3 years earlier in Norwich, like I feel like I never want to go back. Because, I remember from the start on, like when I come to the country and I couldn't speak perfect English, I know that, but I went then with a mate like that was playing here, don't play anymore here, Dennis Sabrini. We went to the Morrison, and like I just wanna buy some food and whatever, and then at the like when you pay your stuff, the woman behind there, she was saying, how was your day? Are you okay? And I had a shock. I said to him like, why they're so nice here? Like, it's weird. Like in Germany, I never had a situation where someone really there, like, and you go buy some food and everyone is like, here, beep, beep, beep. And she was talking with us and I was thinking, oh my God, that's already here. Different place. And I liked it so much.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah, definitely.
And we've got an Argos.
Yeah.
We didn't have that in Germany. I mean, I've got some bad news though. I'm sure you've already heard it, but the catalogue got discontinued last year.
I saw it on Twitter. Yeah, some...
Bad news, hey?
Yeah, it's horrible, I know, but I sent already on Twitter, what's going on, Argos, but they don't answer of that.
We'll try and get an answer for you.
Yeah, but they have still the little ones. They have still some little ones that are out that I remember on my birthday, everyone was sending me presents, and this was just a lot of Argos books.
It just came off the back of an answer to what do you like about Norwich in a programme page, and that was it. You became the poster boy for Argos.
But other than Morrison's and Argos, what else do you love so much about Norwich?
Definitely the city, the people here around, and especially now I live a little bit outside of Norwich. Is a lot of it's like a lot of countryside as well here. It's not only like just the city center and everything. It's just as well like all around, and you have the nice coast where you can go, and it's a lovely area. I don't know. I heard about a lot of time that people saying you are very happy that you are in Norwich because in the UK there are a lot of other different parts that are not so nice. And I appreciate that because I feel comfortable here and I wish to stay here a long time, and that's why I'm happy. I'm happy here, and really I can't see me somewhere else at the moment. That's why.
That's really nice to hear. Would you ever want to live on a farm then? Because you said your mum's obviously got a lot of animals where she lives. Would suit you maybe.
It's nice, but I don't see myself as a farmer.
There's still time.
You've got the option here. Let's be honest.
That's true. That's why. But I think it's a hard job to do, and I see myself when I'm retired and old.
In a long time.
Maybe on a beach in Cuba with a nice cigar.
Or on Galston Beach, that's nice too.
Maybe there, I don't know. If the weather is good, maybe why not?
So I just want to touch on your relationship with the Cuba international side. It's a little bit complicated, isn't it? Because you did receive a call-up, I think it was in 2018, but the government blocked that. Sounds a bit complicated. Can you explain what went on there and what is going on there?
I don't know a lot. I only know that I had a call up. I had an invite to play for the national team. Like I was nearly booking my flight and everything, and then I had a message from the coach, and he told me like, you could come, but you can't play. And I say, okay, why? What's happened there? And he said like there's the FA here, and like the name is Inda. They're they do everything, the contracts for the players, they let the players play, and they are not they was not agreeing with that, and that's why, that's the only thing that I know. But the main reason as well is because there happened a lot, like you have to understand as well the other side, there happened a lot in football before in Cuba, like the national team, Cuban national team, they had a lot of games outside the country as well, like in the USA against America, USA, it doesn't matter. Yeah, like against the USA, and there was like, they had a game and like they had, I don't know, 25 players or something like that, and I don't know how many, like I think like nearly, 18 players was left. There was in a hotel, and the day before the game there was left, but was not left because of they don't want to play. They was left because they want to have a different life. There's not the other change to go out of the country. They don't have other possibilities. And these are players, they move to maybe stay in America to get a chance in a major soccer league or somewhere else and play the football and have a dream. That's the only thing.
Do you have to be living in Cuba to play for Cuba?
At the moment, I think so, but also like we are working now on that. There's a lot of people, the coaches and all the people that support football, they're working now for that they can bring a lot of football players like back. I signed a few weeks ago some new papers about that, explained myself why I'm not from, like why I don't live in Cuba and why I moved out and everything, what happens. And I signed a new paper and everything. And I hope it's changed. Like, I don't know, like it's difficult. I can't by myself not understand it. What's going on
Is
exactly?
it frustrating when you guys? I'm the first Cuban player to score in the Premier League, which is widely regarded as
Even to play in the Premier
even to play in the
League.
Premier League. Surely I'm an asset for you here. I'm representing the country and really well.
They're missing out on you.
Yeah, it's what I say. Like, it's now just one of my dreams as well to play for my home country. Like, we have to see like what comes in the future. The only know what I know is like that there are a lot of people working on that to make it possible, and I hope it happens one day, because it's a big thing, like to play for my own country. But also like it's complicated. Situation is very complicated, and I can't say nothing bad against it, because like then it never will happen. You know what I mean? I have to accept it how it is, the decisions, and that's why we wait. These people do the work there, and we hope that maybe next year something could happen, because I'm not the only one. Like, there's a lot of other more football players from Cuba. Maybe they don't play it in the Premier League, but in a major soccer league, and everyone try to come back and play for the country, and not everyone can, because I think that one that leave in the early years, or with the games like in USA, some players that leave, I think they are not allowed to come back anymore. But like for me, that there's a lot of people that I can't nothing for that. I moved when I was young. My mom found love, and that happens then. And that's why maybe one day it's possible. If not, then it's very sad. But I think the people really do everything for that to make it happen.
Your sense of connection and pride in Cuba, and a real feeling of wanting to do the right thing for them and also represent them is coming across really strongly. But it's wonderful for us to hear that you feel so at home here and feel so accepted. Like, I don't say it's a happy ending to a difficult story. It's not something that we've had to experience, but I'm really proud actually that the people of Norwich have welcomed you so much, where you feel so welcome. How do you like to spend your time when you're here in Norfolk? What do you do aside from football? Who's the Onel that we don't see on the pitch?
Yeah, I have at home my fiance, and I have a baby. And that's the time now. It's a moment where I spend the most time. But
how old is your baby?
One.
Oh,
wow. Now, yeah, one.
How was the opening year? Tough.
Yeah, it's. I realized I never had before. Like, I know that. Like, I have a sister. She has 3 babies and everything, 3 kids, and but I never realized how really hard it is. Like, it's sometimes very tough, but also it's the best thing that could happen, because you see how a little baby is growing and start to walk, start to speaking. It's the best thing in the world. I can't complain against it, but also very tough. And yeah, that's the most of the time that I like when I have off. Now at the start, when I remember at the start when I come to Norwich, it was not so far. Like, I don't had a baby on that time. I enjoyed a lot. Like, I went out. We had nice dinners here in Norwich around. We went to the coast. We had when I drove.
Had all this time.
Yeah, when I drove when I drove the first time, like a car on the right side, because in Germany you drive on the left side. And my friend, he was Dennis, and he was filming it, and me like, oh my god, on the road was like a lot of things that I done on that time. And yeah, but now at the moment it's more like the focus on the family. And sometimes if I have time, of course I do something with my teammates. And yeah, at home I like to at the moment listen sometimes when I have 5 minutes or 10 minutes off, more in the evening, like I have like this record players with a, I don't know what's the name of that is in English, like a vinyl.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
so impressive.
Yeah, and I like to listen to nice Cuban music. There's a big band, I don't know if you know them. The name is Buena Vista Social Music.
I don't, but I will.
We will listen to that.
You have to, that's for sure. You have to. They're very normally. I don't know if they're so famous, but they are famous because they got the permission to drive around the world and like to other countries and to make music, live music and everything. And it's nice music. Like, but you don't know the song like
Go on, give us a sample.
Guantanamera.
Yeah, of course.
Guajira, Guantanamera. Yeah, exactly. That's from them. That's
There
why
we
I said
go.
exactly. And
It's actually the bass song for a lot of football songs that gets stolen by football fans all
yeah, I
over
don't
the
know
place.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah.
So has becoming a dad altered kind of your perception of life really and how you view football in your life at all?
Yeah, it changed everything. I think it makes you, as a dad, it makes you very like quiet. It lets you more home. You have to do more, like you have to support your family. Like you don't let I don't let my fiance always do the work, because I know already she works a lot, and with the baby she have a lot of work to do. And yeah, if there's some time that I know I'm busy as well because I have training or I have rehab at the moment, when I come home, then I try to help in that situation.
Do you find it hard when you're away, say for weekends or even weekday games away? How do you find that being away from your family? It must be quite tricky.
Well, it's okay. I mean, I also love the football.
Yes.
So
Yeah, a good balance.
yeah, exactly. It's definitely a good balance there. Like you have to accept sometimes that, and that situations like you have to do your job, and I love my job, and that's why I know that like in that time they are in good hands. Like my daughter's in good hands, and I can trust that process, and that's why, yeah.
Football helped you at a young age integrate and give you an interest. It's obviously going to be quite important. Is your daughter going to play a sport, and have you decided what sport she's going to play?
Yeah, I think I told my fiance already, like every day, like that I want that she is maybe one day a tennis player.
Okay, I approve.
Is she showing any signs early
No,
doors?
not really. She play football. She kicked the
good.
ball always, but I don't want that she play football.
Why not?
I don't know, like football is a very tough sport and sometimes very difficult, and that's why
I've seen some of you lot diving about the place. It's not as tough as you're making out.
yeah, no, maybe not, but I think like I don't know, like I think like at the end of the day, if she want to be a footballer or whatever, I can't change it. Like she want to do it, then I let her do it. But I think for me as a dream, like it's nice to play tennis for her, and but my fiance, she always say like, no, she will be modeling or something like that. And I say, oh, okay, good, then let her.
I think she's fantastic. She's going to have so many opportunities,
Yeah,
and that
definitely.
is what is different perhaps from your first 6 years of life, and that's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
So you're very settled here in Norwich. You've got your family and you're loving your job here. What do you remember about when you were first contacted, when you were in Germany to come over here? Who reached out to you and how did that conversation go?
Like my agent, he was a good person. Like he was always helping me in football and always on my side. And he had the contact to Stuart, and I visited Stuart. No, I don't visit him. He came to Germany on that time, and he was on Huddersfield.
Okay, yeah.
And he wanted to bring me on that time to Huddersfield. But we had a good season, and we was nearly going up to the first league. What we don't done at the end, but on that time no one knows. And Huddersfield was not so successful on that time, but they went up after the season. And yeah, I met then Stuart. He come to Germany, and I remember he was speaking to me in English, and I don't even understand nothing.
Just nod and smile.
Yeah, like
He has got quite a strong accent, though, to be fair. We don't always know exactly what he's
I was
saying.
thinking like, is that English? If that is English, sorry. And I couldn't really. He was talking to me like my agent understands speaking. He couldn't speak. He could speak better English than me, obviously. And Stuart said there, and I was sitting there, and he was speaking to me and looking to me, and me like, yes. Oh my God, really? This was the first like where I met Stuart, and
At least you couldn't say anything wrong.
Yeah,
You couldn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always just is the best, and smile, like it's the best answer. And yeah,
He told you were signing for Man United, didn't he? That's when
I don't know Man United, but no, like on that time, like yeah, it was on that time for Huddersfield, and then a few years later, then he went to, I don't even feel 1 year later or something like that, or half year later, he went to Norwich, and then there was a question again, and then it takes me not a long time.
Yeah, and there's definitely a German theme there because at Huddersfield, David Wagner was German as well, and he was a coach for a while. And then we've obviously got the German era here with Daniel Farke. Do you speak German with the gaffer? How do you say gaffer in
No,
German?
you're not allowed to. I got told off for this.
Really?
I announced this at the stadium. I said, the gaffer has asked for a bit. It's the boss.
The boss.
The boss, yeah. They say the boss, yeah.
I don't know
What's
whether
the
we want
difference? The gaffer,
I don't
the
think
boss?
gaffer's a very polite word in
Oh,
German.
really? Oh, 9.
Don't explain this unless it's...
No, I only say in German, like I always say like coach. Like you say trainer in German, trainer. Yeah.
We're nodding
Sorry,
like
I
yes.
don't know much German. I can say yes.
Yeah, that's good. And that's why, I always say trainer. And but here, like we say always the boss. And now when he has a private conversation with you, he speaks sometimes German, but the most of the time he speaks English because we are here in the UK and it's the main language to speak English. And I think it's good for everyone that comes from like when I think about Pepe from Poland, I don't know, we say Pepe to him. Przemysław Procheta.
I had to ask a Polish person before I read the team out on that one.
And that's why like him especially he speak a little bit German as well and Polish, and for players like that for me at the start when you come in the change room and then someone speak English, it's good for you. Like when you learn it better than speaking German or your main language. That's why I think it's the best to have that, and he do it very good. That's why.
You put us to shame because I've only got one language. I did German at A level, but I can't remember much of it at all. But did you know much about Daniel Farke before you moved to Norwich? Did he have much of an influence in luring you here?
No, I don't. I know him. Yeah, before I know that he was in Germany and some clubs like Dortmund, and also he don't live far away from my hometown in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he don't live far away.
Where's that?
I think he comes from near Hövelhof, but I'm from Gütersloh. You know where we go?
I was going to say, I'm
where
really familiar with it.
Yeah, where we go. When we have the training camps in Germany, is Marienfeld, and that's not far away from his home, like town as well, like 20 miles, and my one is like 10 miles away from there. That's why it's not far away. And he knows about me before, and I know about him, but I never like met him or something personally or something. But I know that there was someone, and then when I met him the first start, and in Norwich at the Holiday Inn, then we talk about everything, and then what's definitely easier as well because I just couldn't start to speak with someone and in German, and he understood me, and that's why it was very good.
How did you then learn English? Because obviously you speak English really well now. Was it hard adjusting to a new language?
I think how I said, like there was at the start I couldn't speak maybe one word. I could say yes please, this was the only thing, but then I think I start to look English movies, I start to change my phone, then I practice a lot with speaking, and then I had like 2 English lessons, but that didn't help because the teacher where I went, he had a German girlfriend at that time, and he always say like I went there twice, and he say like he showed me like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and I booked for an hour, and he was talking for 20 minutes in English, and then the rest of the time I have to learn German because my girlfriend, she is German.
He was using you.
Exactly, he was using me,
cheek.
and I never, after 2 sessions, I never come back, but like I'm lucky as well because then I find my girlfriend, fiance on that time, that time my girlfriend, and I spoke with her all the time in English and with the family of her, and that helps me a lot. Not only her, like as well, wherever you go, like it's very important to speak to because I think it's very easy when you start to speak with someone, and someone like especially with the players that correct you. They always say, "Oh, stop! You say something wrong." I mean, I still don't speak perfect English, but I definitely speak better English.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
if you tell us that in January 2018 you barely spoke a word, it's mind blowing that you can sit and do a podcast for an hour.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
Does your fiance speak German? Are you teaching do you speak German to your daughter so she'll grow up bilingual?
No, I speak Spanish with her.
Oh, amazing. Wow.
She maybe learned Spanish.
You're showing off now.
Yeah, no, but like that's what I do, speaking Spanish with her, and English is the main language there in our house, but I try to learn a little bit Spanish. It's easier, but not German. German is a little bit difficult for them, and especially for my fiance. She's
English.
she's English.
Yeah, that
100%.
explains
That's
it.
why there's no change in it. It's not possible.
We just struggle, But immersion,
You're doing better than
apparently,
us.
that's the only way to do it. You just throw yourself into it, apparently. So it seems to have worked for you. But Onel, like obviously, then you came to Norwich. You love the area, and then you got stuck into the football. How did things in that? Because you came halfway through the season, didn't you? When it wasn't necessarily the season that we sort of first wanted, but it was Daniel's first season here. And what was it like slipping into that team?
It was definitely like on that time I think was not the best season, but you had on that time like some great players like Madison. He was a brilliant player on that time. I trained with him. Josh Murphy was on that time there. Nelson Oliveira.
Do you still speak to these guys?
You have contact to them. Like you see them on social media. Sometimes they text you or something like that. But you are not standing always with them in contact because they live now too far away. But you still sometimes if you see something on social media, you text them or some funny stuff, whatever. Yeah, but nothing really privately. And that was a different time. But I felt on that time when I was coming to Norwich that over the years that something will change. Like a lot of them moved on. And Daniel was planning creating his strong team, his philosophy was starting on that time, and that's why I felt that already there.
What was that philosophy then? What did you think? Because we hear this word quite a lot on the podcast. What would you describe the philosophy as?
Like just how he see the football, like how he play the football, his style. You saw it on there. Like at the start, it was a little bit difficult to bring it in, but over time, and it takes time, something is not like from today or tomorrow. It takes a little bit time. And then you saw this philosophy coming up in the training. People understand what he wanted. It takes sometimes time. It's not easy sometimes for a trainer when he comes there and he have to work and everything have to work from that down. It's not how it is. Like it takes time. And you see it now in Norwich. How they built the training ground, how the nest for everything. Like it's something big and it takes time. And I think Daniel and Stuart, they've done a great job.
Do you feel like you're part of something big and something that's getting even bigger?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to be a bit opportunistic here, Alice, because you mentioned the nest there, and that's something we're really proud of at Norwich, is the community. You talked that people say hello to you, but the club is really responsible for the people, people locally, and you've obviously talked about how you feel about people in Cuba. Have you enjoyed being part of that stuff at the club where you get to go out and meet the people, at football sessions or people taking part in disability sessions, that side of things?
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice thing, also it's nice for a player to go somewhere there and to represent the club, and everyone looks you up. There's a lot of little boys, little girls, they look to you up and want to be like you. And it's a nice thing to do that and to let them know, look, everything is possible. You can one day stand here and do my job. And that's I think everyone appreciate that.
And fans appreciate you giving your time as well. You can tell that you're definitely a people person. So I want to move on to the championship title winning season.
Yeah.
It started really well, didn't it? 2 late goals against Birmingham.
Oh.
Just to remind you there.
Yeah.
How did it feel scoring those and that late equaliser as well? The noise must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was. I remember about it. It was incredible. I don't know. I was thinking when I changed the country and come to the first preseason, everything it was for me. I'd wanted, the dream was to come to the UK and play one day in the Premier League. It was a dream, and from that day on, it started. And to have that game and score the 2 goals, this was, I think, the best season start that I ever got in my life. There's nothing against that, and it was incredible. Where I put my shirt off and run to the fans, done a salto as well. I don't know, and the fans was on fire. Oh my God, I never forget. It was incredible.
Was that the moment where you felt like Norwich fans really saw you'd arrived?
Definitely, yeah. On that day, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That Forest game.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I mean, what a feeling that was.
90 plus 8 minutes, was it? The equaliser? How did that feel? Is that up there with your best moments so far?
Definitely. A few weeks ago I saw it as well, and I think it was a Christmas cracker or something like that. It was on Christmas.
Yeah. Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, yeah, exactly. It was unbelievable. And I saw it a few weeks ago where the how I say, the commentator.
Yeah, it was on Soccer
Bianca
Saturday.
Jackson.
Yeah, exactly.
Bianca Westwood.
Westwood,
Yeah.
sorry.
And then Bianca
Is that
Westwood.
EastEnders?
I don't know.
I think I've gone EastEnders there.
Yeah.
But Jeff was
Yeah.
thrown to her, and she was, "Oh, this is over, game
Yeah,
over."
I know,
and then
I
each
saw it.
time, it was
And
crazy.
always, yeah, Bianca, always in Norwich, and then goal in Norwich, and always, and it was, and I have like, you know, how I said it when my hair goes up, goosebumps.
Yeah, goosebumps.
Goosebumps, yeah, sorry, like that, goosebumps, and I had always when I see the scenes, it was so incredible, and especially a few weeks ago, I saw that scene as well, and where we have a 3-3, and you know, I realized, oh my God, man, how much I miss his fans now in the stadium in that games.
How
Like,
different is it?
it's completely different. It's not even for me football. It's horrible.
Do you still have that kind of excitement and those nerves when you get ready? Because obviously there aren't fans, but you're still occasionally on Sky, still thousands or hundreds of thousands of people watching you.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's definitely not the same. I think, of course, you get a feeling like, oh yeah, you are in a game. You have to focus. You have to be concentrated. You want to win. You don't want to lose. But it's different when the fans are around and you feel it. You feel a little bit of pressure. You have to.
You feel more pressure without the fans?
No.
Less. No pressure.
I feel less pressure. I don't know how other ones are, but I feel less pressure. I feel more pressure when the fans are there, because for me, like, I want to show them, and I have to show them, and you feel it as well. Sometimes when you lost the ball, then you always say, oh. When you win the ball, yeah. You know, like, it's how it is, and that's why.
Some players probably don't like that pressure, so it's good to know that you thrive off it.
Maybe.
Do you think that cost you guys last year? Realistically, the Premier League, you had some big battles ahead there, and occasionally, you know, regularly went 1-0 down. With fans in that stadium, they'd have got behind you and sort of pulled you back into the game. Do you think it cost you guys?
Yeah, yeah, definitely as well. It will be different. It will be different when fans will be there, because they will like really push up really in front. But also, the Premier League is a tough league, you know, like. It's a very tough league, and for us, I think we saw for so many players of them. I think not everyone was ever playing in one of the highest league and everything. Like, not everyone has the experience. We had a lot of young lads as well, and yeah, it was a difficult league. And of course, it will let the game look a little bit different with fans, definitely, because they push you and you fight for them, and you show, like, we are Norwich City. We don't let us going so deep down. Like, we want to lose this game, we fight. But also, really, I have to say, for me in my life, really, the Premier League was one of the best leagues I ever played in my life, and it was very tough against these teams.
And there were some special moments as well. Man City, the win over Man
wow,
City.
Yeah, this was
incredible. But you missed quite a large chunk at the start of the season from that injury. Was it falling down the stairs at home? Can you just tell us how that happened, if you don't mind?
I don't think this was definitely not.
Do we not need to know?
The official reason.
I think you don't need to know. But it was definitely, everyone was thinking like, I fall the stairs. But I think it was wrong communication about how it comes out or something. It was like more when I was walking upstairs, like I felt a pain.
So you fell up the stairs?
No, I don't fall from no stairs, nothing. I went up the stairs to my old apartment because the lift was not working, and then I was when I was walking up, I moved. I felt a little bit on my knee something, but it happens already at the training ground. Oh, okay. But we had a game a day after, and I don't really know like how it feels like. What is it for pain? I don't know, but it happens on the training ground, and then I realized that in the morning because my knee was then swollen, but nothing. It was, I think, more like it was definitely a wrong communication. But at the end, I have to accept what it is because everyone was saying, you fall the stairs. And then they start.
Well, thank you for clearing it up.
And then they start to make jokes as well, like, I don't have a problem with that because I played then this joke as well. Like on Twitter, they posted, please be careful of Onel, like not that he fall again stairs down.
You don't need it.
He need maybe a stairs lift. And then I posted on Twitter, here I bought already one on Argos.
It was going to be Argos.
That's how it was.
But how frustrating was it? Because obviously you're on the sidelines and you're not able to help the team, and it's a tricky start. And they did miss you. There's absolutely no doubt about that. That we were much better once you returned. But how frustrating was that?
It's horrible. Like, I think no one liked to be injured, and it's not nice because you see the team is there and you want to be with them. Of course, you are there as well at the stadium. You look after the game and you give them the hands after the game. Good game is saying great game, but it's not the same. Like you feel really like not good. It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling. I can't I don't like to think about it because at the moment I'm injured as well, and it's not nice. I wish, because I love that game and I love to kick the ball. I like to smell the grass on the pitch, you know, like this feelings like you, and with my teammates, be like it's a bad thing for me. What I've done since I was young, and it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling when you can't do it.
It must have felt like, you know, I finally got to the promised land, the Premier League, and I'm not going to get a decent go at this. I deserve this. It must have been really tough to accept.
It's true, but I can't change it, you know. There's always a second chance.
Yeah, I think it's sometimes easy as a football fan to forget how much work goes into a player's recovery, because we think, oh, the player's out injured. But actually, do you have to work even harder to get back to fitness?
Yeah, 100%. Like you are like, you think about on that time where you are head of operation or whatever it is, like you fall out for 3-4 weeks. And sometimes like players like me, they eat too much, you know. It goes, and that's why they eat too much, and that's why it goes on your weights and everything, and your condition is gone. Sometimes like you need to work harder. That's for sure, to come back.
It must be quite, I don't know, how do you balance your we talk a lot about mental health at the moment. It's important, and I know the guys at Colney, they look after your football side of things, but they also want to make sure that you're cared for in a wider setting. How do they look after your general well-being as well as your football?
Yeah, they motivate you every day. Like when you come to training, sometimes I have a like not a nice morning. I wake up and think, horrible day. Like I don't feel very, very, very comfortable. And then you come to the training ground, and then you start to see the faces, and they're always in a good mood. Like they're always in a good mood. The physios and everyone like, oh, how are you now? Me like, yeah, I'm okay. And could be better, and they're like, come on, be positive, and yeah, that's a great thing that you have here as well. Like they're always positive with you. They see the things good, and yeah, I like that a lot. Like it's not always that I come with, and that sometimes I have a happy day as well. Yeah, not only that everyone thinks now I have a bad day, but it's very good that you have people there that really motivates you and bring you on focus, to don't lose the focus, and yeah, that's very good.
It's a great place to be, isn't it?
Yeah,
up there,
definitely.
the Lotus Training Centre. Yeah, the facilities as well, incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. In Germany, I don't know, like if they have that. Like they have in some teams, but not like that. Like it's the first time in my life really that I see something like that. Like, I don't know, like it's incredible with having food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything is there, you know. Like the gym is, I don't know, and they're not done. I think there are other plans, and it's incredible. For every footballer, I think it's a dream to work here.
Exciting times, and it seems like there's a real good sort of mood around the camp and good camaraderie. Do you have much contact with your teammates sort of when you're not in training, or is it a case of you're together every day, let's just have a rest when you get home? Or do you have your separate WhatsApp groups and your closer friends that you'd maybe sort of go to the cinema with when we could go to cinemas before coronavirus and all of that?
Yeah, like sometimes like there are some groups of our teammates that do something with each other. And they ask if like they like to go for something for dinner or something like that, and we don't need to eat always in the training ground. It's not a must thing to do like always, but you can go out for dinner or something like that, or do something with the teammates. And we have like group chats, and everyone asks the other ones, like the lads, like, you want to go out, you want to have a nice dinner or something, and everyone that like to go with them, he is every time invited, and the other ones don't want to do it, they can stay at home, or I don't know. But there's always something that you get always a message of them where you can do something with them.
Do you think you've made some friends that beyond Norwich, you know, after your playing career, these are the guys who will be, you know, friends for life?
Yeah, definitely. Not only the guys, like I think I made a lot of friends around Norwich as well. Like everywhere I go, I have so many. Yeah, like I lived before here next to the stadium. There was a man. Sometimes like, I saw him a lot, and I was thinking at the time, like, he's very strange because he waited always when I went down to bring my bin downs, he was waiting there always. So. But then I realized, we was talking, he said, I went a few years ago to the Norwich games and everything, and he became a good friend, and he invited me always for a nice cake. He created his own cake and stuff like that. Like I feel so comfortable, and it's not only my teammates where you can do something. It's always here around the people. Like there's so many people and friends that I got, and that's amazing.
It's so nice that you take the time to meet the people, because footballers aren't always known for that humility. Some of them let themselves down a bit, but it's brilliant that you guys have that. You're humble enough to think, well, actually, I'm going to make friends with mere mortals, not just my players, my playing friends.
Yeah, it's lovely. Like I enjoy it. It's my job, and how I say, like it's. I think I'm lucky with that I can play football, and I appreciate that, because there's a lot of other things that people do. They work from the morning till the evening. We can be proud that we can just kick the ball at the end of the day.
And it's a competitive squad here that Farke has built. And I remember reading you recently saying that it's good because it means it pushes you all to deliver. But how do you assess kind of the competition you're up against here?
I think we have a good chance to go up back to the Premier League. I think as well with the players that we got, the new players that we got in, they're exactly perfect to the shape of football that we play, to the philosophy that Daniel brings on the pitch. And I think we are very competitive. I think also we are one of the favorites in that league. There are a lot of other teams as well. I thought they're good, but with our quality of players that we have, I think there's a big chance, and we have to use it. I think we have to use it, and I hope we will. And because after I saw the games, there was no one that really scared me.
Yeah, I remember at the start of the season you were saying, we need to be careful because in the Championship a lot of teams score late goals, so we need to know of that threat with our opponents. But at the minute, it looks like Norwich are the team that are scoring the late goals. Why is that?
I don't know. It's weird, yeah. But it was at the first season when we went up as well. Like always, the late goals. I think I don't know. It's sweet as well to our game, because the teams, the most games and the less games, the teams we have the most time the ball, and they're waiting for maybe one punch to punch us in that moment. But the most of the time we have the ball, we control the game, and they try to stand compact because they know, okay, this team, they're so good with the ball, and they try to stand compact. And then, I don't know, it takes time. It's difficult. If, I don't know, nearly the whole of the team is defending sometimes, and it takes time for the right movement or the right situation. And then, but we are, at the last games, he was always there.
It's been very positive recently. Do you think it took a little bit of time for the new players to gel? Because it was a little bit of a slow start to the season. But do you think that's happened now and the players are understanding each other's games and working well together?
Yeah, definitely. I think for everyone that comes new, was a little bit difficult. They have to see how it is. And but I think they do it now, everyone well. And you have as well that situation where, I know, remember the few weeks ago where everyone, the transfer window was open and a lot of players was not focused on that, and a lot of remorse about that.
Do you talk about that at the training ground? Do people say, hey, you know what, Barcelona want Max or something like that?
I don't know, we you read it, yeah? And you go then to Max and say Barcelona wants you, and he's like, no one, there's a lot of in the media, but you don't know if it's then true. We don't know, and the players are very private. No one really talks about move or whatever. And what I like on Max as well, he had a lot of clubs behind him. I don't know if it's true. I don't even know if it's true at them, but there was a lot of big clubs behind him, and he was so focused. He don't care about it. He was really. He was working hard, and he don't care about something. He never let it on the pitch. He is working hard for the club, and you saw it. He don't care. He really was focused on this game, concentrated in the training ground. You never saw something he was talking about it. He was making fun. He was making, now next year you play next to Messi and stuff like that. That's yeah. As a teammates. But he is really one of the guys where I really have a lot of respect. He was really don't caring about that. He saw himself here, and he is here, and he do his job. Finish.
How long would you like to stay in Norwich City? Do you want? Is this it now? Would you
Your
like to be?
club.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Like I don't know. We had a few days ago. We have like on a new training ground. We have like, I don't know if you ever saw it. When you went to the gym, there's a wall with all the teams that won the league or the title or something, and there was my name, and then there was a wall where like just legends, and then there was a space free. And
your space to come.
We never know, but then I say like, why is this player there and whatever? And the others say, yeah, they're legends and all. And I say, yeah, but Alex Tete have to stand there as well because he's a legend.
Yeah,
Alex Tete is definitely,
Yeah.
he's a legend. And then I say, how many games they all have? They had a lot of games. And I say to our physio, like, I want to be there one day. And he said like, yeah, for many games. I say, with 300 or 400 games. And he say, yeah, you want to sign a new 15-year deal or what? I say, yeah, you never know.
Happily.
That's why.
Do they educate you of, the history of the club? And I know a lot of our ex-players, people who used to play here, they come back and they've integrated them, brought them in to do presentations for you guys when you reach 100 caps. So do they teach you guys about the history of the football club?
You don't come to a club if you are not interested in the history. You find it all already before you come to the club. You read about it. When I was coming to Norwich, I was checking first Google and check everything about Norwich, and then there was games that I don't even know about it. And when I was younger, a Bayern Munich fan.
Yeah,
when I was playing against Bayern Munich.
Jeremy Goss.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. You find it all out. Like you are interested in that area where you come. You look up the city and
But not all players do that. No, sorry, not. It's really impressive that you did want to do that, because some players, it probably, I might be a bit harsh here, but some players probably look at maybe the financial element of it and where they're going to be stationed and think, actually, that kind of suits my lifestyle.
It's a job. It's a very nice job.
Yeah, but it definitely, you get the sense that it means so much more to you, Norwich, the club, its history, and where we're going. What would it mean to you to get promoted again with Norwich?
I would think it would be amazing. Like, it will be a big thing again. And I hope as well that on that time that we have just a little bit of better time with the fans and everything, and where we all can celebrate together again. That's a big thing, because I think that's our situations that you never will forget in your life. And how I never forget that situation when we went up and we went with the bus through the city and the balcony in Norwich. It was really things that you never couldn't forget in your career, and it will be definitely amazing.
You had your Cuban flag, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember seeing that on the pictures.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a few players that might not have a completely clear memory of that morning, because there was a few tired eyes. Mr. McLean had certainly been celebrating hard, but it was an unbelievable scene in front of City Hall and then through the city, wasn't it? What a day.
Definitely. It was... I always say, like, you can't forget it. It was such an incredible moment, and like, of course you had the dream, but you never was thinking that you achieve it. And at the end, like, I remember always every day, like when I was sitting next to Stiepermann, and I say to him, like, hey, Stiepy, hey man, hey, we go up, man. And he like, yeah, man, hey, it's incredible. But wait, no. And then game for game, day for day, and you play, and he like, oh my God, we go up, man. We play Premier League, and like, it was just, I never forget that situations, really.
How did you celebrate on the last day? Because it was at Aston Villa when you were promoted as the champions. Do you remember much about that night? Probably all a blur.
Yeah, we enjoyed the evening. We had enjoyed the day as well. But I don't know. Like, I think how you say, like, some of them there was gone. I don't know if I was one of them, but like, I remember some stuff that we went out with nice food with the team, but like, I think, I don't know, everyone was celebrating there, and everyone was drunk, and it was an amazing night, that's for sure.
It's such a long season, isn't it? You guys have got to be so disciplined with what you put into your body. I think you can be afforded a pretty hefty celebration after an achievement like that.
Yeah, 100%. And did you have lots of calls from family in Cuba and Germany? I guess they would have been immensely proud.
Yeah, like, I was speaking to my mom and to my grandmother and everyone, and they saw that, because that guys that work on that, they have as well, like, a little bit to do with the media in Cuba. And my grandmother and everyone saw me then on TV with the Cuban flag, Like it was there, like the first Cuban in the Premier League and everything. It was incredible, and that's why I can't forget that situation. It's
Does it feel good when you see the Cuban flag flying on the Barclay? And the fans, and the Norwich City fans are flying that for you.
Yeah, definitely. I saw a lot of fans as well. Like they had them, like they had the Cuban. I was saying, is he Cuban or what? But no, like it was for me, and it was like it's incredible. Like I'm just like I can't say nothing there because it's the best feelings that I had in my life in that situation. And with football, like I always was dreaming about to have something like that. And I hope again that we do it this year, because it's such a, for everyone that play football, at the end of the day, like you play for something, and if you then have a situation where you win the title in the league, and like you see it always in TV shows with Bayern Munich and like and football programs. Sorry, I said TV shows. Programs. You see it everywhere, and you dream from that. You dream just like that. Just you're a little kid. You dream to one day have a cup in your hand and celebrate something. And and that's what we done on that time. And I hope this year we can do it again.
So that dream came true. And if you were to choose one more ultimate aim that you want to achieve before you eventually retire, whenever that may be from playing, what would that be?
What you mean with Norwich City?
Yes,
of course.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, maybe playing one day in the Champions League.
Yay, there we go.
Euro League or something like that. You never know.
There's plenty of time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
So we know what you mean to Norwich. What does Norwich mean to you?
Norwich means for me definitely a life changer. I come to Norwich like as a different person. I changed a lot. Like as a person, my personality changed, my view about things in life changed. Obviously, family and my baby, and like for me, Norwich is a big thing. Like I'm in love with Norwich. Like I played in a lot of different clubs in my life, yeah, and I never saw something like Norwich. I never saw some nice like people around, not only in a football club around the city. Like I never had such a good feeling here about it, and that's why I think it means for me a lot, definitely a lot.
That is so good to hear, isn't it? So promotion this season, top 4 finish next season, and then your ultimate dream will come true, Champions League football.
I hope so.
It has been an absolute pleasure having you on All in Yellow podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, Onel.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Onel.
Cheers. Thank you.